trying a second one. This time is my vegetable plant nursery, I would say. These are tiny plants, you can see. It is difficult to identify, but if you carefully look at it, you can see that these are coriander plants. Initial leaves will not have that speciality of the coriander plants, but the serration of the new leaves, you can see here coming up, they are coriander plants just coming up. And when you plant coriander, it can be planted in tiny half-inch deep grooves, and it's better that you break the coriander husk into two before planting, because each coriander husk will have two seeds, and it is usually done after soaking overnight, so that the chance of germination will be more. In this garden pot, number of seeds which have germinated are lesser. And we'll move on to another pot. These are interesting plants. This you have already seen green amaranth, but these are different, exotic I would say for this region. Can you guess? I don't think it will be easy to guess. These are beetroot plants. I have tried growing beetroot plants earlier also, but not very successful. This time I am trying again. These are beetroot plants, sprouted from seeds, bought online. Again, you can see both red amaranth and beetroot plants. We will move on back here. These are also beetroot plants. Actually, a beetroot so-called seed which you get online has multiple seeds. It's a dried fruit which you get, small ones, and several seeds sprout from a single so-called seed or dry fruit. Same thing here. I had planted out, repotted to other pots. So far they are growing. Here also they are growing well. This time I have kept them in shade because it's rainy season. I don't want them to be spoiled by the heavy rains, so I have kept them in the shade only. So far it is growing well. Another aspect which you have to think of is the pot soil. The soil should be loose inside with plenty of coco peat and compost. Otherwise beetroots will not grow well. What happens is that beetroots, if they meet very thick soil, they will just branch out and stop growing good beetroots. That's what I read. I don't have experience because this is the second time I am trying, but I hope that this time at least something will occur. I'm not sure. Anyway, it's not a plant for this region. It's a tropical region where I've never seen beetroots being grown all these years. In my childhood, I was very happy gardening with my mother. At the time, I never even heard. So that's a interesting. This is another exotic plant for this region. This is a green peas. 3 plants are growing, 1, 2 and 3. Actually I am supposed to give supports for them, but I have not given them yet. Maybe I will give it in a couple of days. The original description is that you have to give supports even before sowing the seeds, because when you give supports after that, it's likely that if you put a support here, it will injure the leaves of this plant. But anyway, I was not even sure whether the plants would germinate and grow well. Earlier attempts at growing green peas have not been successful, because plenty of plants would sprout out, but all of them would wither off after some time. Again, these plants also I have kept in shade because it's heavy monsoon, otherwise I am sure all the plants will be spoiled. There's another new group which I am trying. This is green capsicum. Even though this time I am getting only few plants, germination rate was not very high. Capsicum I had grown earlier, and I had got a few capsicum fruits as well. But in general, I have found it difficult to grow. It's not easy to grow capsicum plants in this region. Very often they grow, but then there won't be any capsicum growing from them. That is, fruiting will be poor. But that in general has been there for many of my garden plants. Anyway, this time I am again hopeful of getting something out of these capsicum plants. These also have been kept in shade because I think heavy monsoon might spoil these tiny plants. When they grow up, I am hoping to transfer them to bright sunlight. And moving on to another plant, looks like weeds, but these are actually sweet corn plants. Again, a new attempt. I have not grown sweet corn so far. This is the first time. Seeds bought online and planted. They have grown very fast, but not sure whether these plants will survive well in these tiny pots. Actually, there were about 8 or 9 plants here, and I have removed them, some of them, because this is not in the shade. Initially it was in the shade, and then what happened is that you can see as if the plants had fallen down because of the rain. So I removed some of these plants from these 2 tiny garden pots and moved to other pots here. This was done yesterday. This is a large garden pot, so I hope that this will improve further. This is another large garden pot to which the sweet corn plant has been replanted. We have curry leaves here again. This is another sweet corn which has been replanted. It doesn't seem to be very strong. I'm not sure whether it will grow well. One more sweet corn. All these have been replanted to larger 23 or 20 or 18-inch garden pots. Bye for now.